Namaste. My name is Alex Bogart, and this is a 30-minute power yoga session. I have no props with me, so let's go ahead and begin. We're going to get started here in a seated, comfortable position. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed. Close the eyes. Just checking in with the breath. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. And one more time, inhale deeply through the nose. Sigh it out. Relax the shoulders, the jaw. Connect with your breath. During this power yoga session, there will be moments where we pause to focus on the breath. The breath is crucial. Helps you to maintain balance in your poses, but also balance in your life. So I can never stress the importance of just breathing as you begin a practice. Breathing in deeply. Relaxing. Maybe you set an intention for your practice. A word like strength, peace, or compassion. So we begin to do gentle neck circles here. Right shoulder, right ear, and then chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Continuing with these circles. Reverse the direction. Pausing where you are, sitting up tall, and begin to hinge forward into a tabletop position. Wrist under shoulders, knees under hips, your toes are untucked. As you come into some cat and cow movement, press the fingertips into the floor, spread the shoulders wide here. On your next inhale, drop the belly, gaze high for cow. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest for cat. Continue with this breath, inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. A few more cat and cows going at your own pace. And then find this neutral spine. On your next inhale, straighten that right leg out behind you and drop the toes down. Press the heel back into the mat here. We're stretching the hamstring. And then from here, you're going to come into a supported side plank. Take your left leg, kickstand it to the left, and extend the right hand high to the ceiling. Look down at that left wrist. Make sure it is in line with the shoulder. An option from here, maybe you straighten out that left leg into a full side plank. Keep the hips high. Now, maybe from here, no matter what, if you're in supported side plank or regular plank, maybe you lift the right leg parallel to the earth. Breathing here. Slowly lower that right leg down, back onto hands and knees. Cat and cow twice. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Neutral spine here, coming into that hamstring stretch. Straighten out the left leg behind you. Drop the toes. Press the heel back. Breathe into that left hamstring. Making sure that your shoulder blades are still spread nice and wide. And then we're coming into that supported side plank. Kickstand the right leg. Left hand reaches up high to the ceiling. Look down. Make sure that that right wrist is under the shoulder. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you straighten out the right leg into a full side plank. Option from here is to lift the left leg parallel to the earth. Breathing here. Lower that left leg down and slowly come back into tabletop. Cat and cow twice. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Come into child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. And from here, lift the hands off of the mat and do wrist circles. Pausing here. And then shift forward, tabletop, meeting in your very first downward facing dog. Here in down dog, look between the legs. Maybe you take your dog for a walk. Find stillness. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Now from here, send your gaze to the very top of the mat. Keep your hips high. Begin to tiptoe the feet forward into a forward fold. Gaze between the legs. Grabbing opposite elbows, sway side to side in ragdoll. Finding stillness, release the hands to the floor as we come into some sun salutations. Inhale, halfway lift that back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding over the legs, planting your hands and stepping back to a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, shifting forward to a high plank, and exhale, slowly bend the elbows, lower down onto the belly, untuck your toes. Inhale, lifting up to cobra. Squeeze the elbows in towards the rib cage, breathing here into the lower back. On your next exhale, slowly lower down, tucking your toes, lifting up to downward facing dog. We're going to do that a little bit faster here. Bend the knees, gaze to the top of the mat. Big step, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, stepping back, high plank. Exhale, lower down or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, pushing back to downward facing dog. One more time. Bend the knees, gaze to the top of the mat. Big step or hop, you're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold, planting your hands, stepping back to a high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale to child's pose. Breathing here. Reconnect with your breath. Slowly begin to shift forward, tabletop, pushing back to downward facing dog. From down dog, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands. You're in a low runner's lunge. Ground down into the feet. Slowly rise, gazing forward into your high crescent lunge. Now here in your high crescent lunge, make sure that your feet are pressing evenly into the floor. The left heel is raised off the mat. Your arms are straight. Belly button drawn into the spine. Breathe. On your next exhale, tap the left knee. Inhale, rise. 2 more times. Exhale, tap. Inhale, rise. 1 more. Exhale, tap. Inhale to rise into warrior 2. Gaze to the right middle finger. Reverse the warrior, left hand, left leg. Warrior 2. Extended side angle, reach your right hand forward, then plant it down in front of that right foot. Left arm up and over. Trying to get a nice straight line with that left arm and side body. Gaze high. Feeling the stretch in the right inner thigh. On your next inhale, rising back to warrior 2. Cartwheel your hands down to frame that right foot, stepping back to downward facing dog. Option to take your flow in a traditional with feet down onto the floor, or lift your right leg high for 3-legged dog. And with your right foot lifted, shift forward to high plank. Lower down. Drop the right foot, pushing upward facing dog. Meeting into downward facing dog. From here, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands. Low runner's lunge. Ground down into the feet, belly button to the spine, and then rise, high crescent lunge. On your next exhale, tap the right knee. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale to lift, warrior 2. Hips are square, long side of the mat. Gaze to that left middle finger. And then reverse the warrior, right hand, right leg. Stretching the left side of the body, gaze is high. Inhale back to warrior 2. Into extended side angle. Reach that left hand forward, then down. Right arm up and over. Imagining you're creating a nice straight line with that right arm, side body. Imagining an angle. Breathing. On your next inhale, slowly rise back to warrior 2. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Frame the left foot, stepping back to downward facing dog. Option to take a traditional flow or left leg lifts, 3-legged dog, and take your 3-legged chaturanga. Meeting in down dog. From here, drop the knees, child's pose. Reconnecting with the breath. In these classes, as I'm taking a power yoga class, I'm constantly having to remind myself of this affirmation of I can do hard things. Because usually when I'm getting about halfway through a class, that's when the thoughts start creeping in of, oh man, I don't know if I can go much longer. Oh, can I do that? The self-doubt starts to creep in. And you can notice that on your yoga mat, that your self-doubt will creep in, and then that self-doubt probably carries with you into the world as well. So as you're going through some of these poses, just reminding yourself when that self-doubt creeps in, I can do hard things. Because you can. You can do hard things. So from here, we're going to add on to our sequence. Begin to shift forward into that tabletop, meeting me in a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. And then step that foot between the hands. Ground down and rise into high crescent lunge. On your next exhale, twist to the right, arms to a T. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left, arms T. Inhale to center. Into warrior 2. Gaze to the right middle finger. Reverse the warrior. Gaze high. Into warrior two. And extended side angle. Right hand to the floor. Left arm up and over. Breathing here. From here, rise, warrior two, and turn that right foot to the outside, the long side of the mat here. Hands to your hips. We're going to come into a goddess pose. So bring your arms out to this letter T. Your toes are pointed outward here. And then bend into the knees, almost like a goblet squat. Cactus the arms. Palms are facing forward. Tuck the booty in. You're going to begin to feel the burn in the inner thighs. Draw the belly button into the spine. Maybe you sink a little lower. On your inhale, star. Reach the hands high. Exhale, goddess. Inhale to star. And exhale to goddess. Hold it here. Begin to lift the right heel off the mat. Drop it down. Left heel. Drop it down. One more time, right heel. Drop it down, then the left heel. Drop it down, straighten the legs. Bring your hands to the hips. Turn the toes inward for a wide-legged fold. Stand tall. And on your exhale, hinge forward. Gaze between the legs. Maybe the hands come to the floor. Breathe into those inner thighs. So we come into a balancing pose here. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, slowly rise and heel toe your feet closer together. Now, as you stand tall, I want you to gaze forward and not looking at me, but gaze forward here. Find something to focus on that's not going to move as we come into eagle pose. Bring your arms out to this letter T once again. Ground into that left foot and bring the right leg to stork. As you come into eagle, cross the right leg over the left. It's okay if you need to tap the toe down, but maybe you squeeze the thighs together and keep the foot lifted. And then bring that right arm under the left. Maybe you grab shoulders, maybe the backs of hands touch, or maybe you double wrap and palms touch. Begin to bend into that standing leg. Now in eagle, our elbows are lifted in line with the shoulders. And just breathe. If you fall out of it, that's okay. You're working on building strength in the legs and in the core. As you're learning new things and trying hard things, yes, you're going to fall. So don't think about, oh my God, I'm going to fall. Just think about strengthening the legs and the core. Breathe here. And you can do hard things. Slowly unwind with control. Drop the right foot down. Shake out that standing leg. Stand tall here in mountain pose. Arms by the side, fingers spread wide, shoulders down. Close the eyes. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth. One more cleansing breath. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh it out. Bring your hands to hips, look to the top of the mat, step there. And inhale, reach the hands high, and exhale, fold over the legs forward. Fold, planting hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. Maybe you stay here or take a vinyasa. Right leg can lift for three-legged dog and shift forward. Lower down or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, meeting in your downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So on your next inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands. You're in that low runner's lunge. Ground down and rise, high crescent lunge. Breathing here. On your next exhale, twist to the left, arms to a T. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center, into warrior two. Gaze to the left, middle finger. From here, reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two, into extended side angle. Reach that left hand forward and down. Right arm up and over. Breathe. On your next inhale, rise slowly back to warrior two. And turn that left foot to face the long side of the mat. I'm going to turn to face you. One more time in this goddess pose. Your feet are wider than hip distance apart, toes pointed out. Bring your arms to a T and then goalpost the arms. Palms facing me here. And then on your next exhale, bend into the knees, into that goddess pose. Tuck the booty in. Breathing here. Maybe you sink a little lower. And inhale, reach, star. Exhale to goddess. Inhale to star. One more time because it feels so great. Exhale to goddess. That was so much humor. It's burning my booty. Breathing here. Now maybe you lift the right heel off the mat. Drop it down. Left heel. Drop it down. Why don't you try both heels this time? Just try it. Remember, you can do hard things. Who cares if you fall out of it? It's about strength. It's not about perfection. Breathe here. Drop the heels down, extend. Bring the hands to your hips, turn the toes inward. And then on your next exhale, hinge forward. Oh, it feels so good. Breathe here. Bring your hands to your hips and inhale, slowly rise, heel toe the feet closer together. Eagle pose on the other side. Stand tall in your mountain pose. To begin, arms by the side. Belly button is drawn in. Find that focal point first. I cannot stress the importance of it. I see it way too many times where we try to fly into eagle, but we're not setting our gaze on something and focusing on that one thing the entire time. So pause, do that first. Focus on that thing. Draw in the belly button and breathe here. Notice that right foot. Press it down into the floor. A little micro bend into that knee. And then take your time. Lift the left leg up to stork. Arms to a T. Cross the leg over the right. Squeeze the thighs together. And maybe the toe rests on the floor. That's A-okay. Maybe this is where you hang out. Maybe you lift the foot. Take the left arm under the right into your version of eagle arms. Elbows are lifted in line with the shoulders. Bend into that standing leg here. Breathe. Remember, you can do hard things. If you fall out of it, again, who cares? Fall out of it. That's okay. You're working on building strength. But you can do hard things. I'm wobbly right now. My right leg is saying, thank you for working on me, Alex. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about the wobble. That just means that I'm doing it right. It means I'm challenging myself. So just enjoy the wobble. You're challenging yourself. Breathe here. And slowly unwind. Drop that foot down. Shake out that right leg. Stand tall here in your mountain pose. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. One more time, inhale. Sigh it out. So you turn to face the front of the mat here. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, swan dive down. Plant the hands and step that left foot back. You're in a low runner's lunge. And then drop that left knee. We're going to come here into a lizard pose. So step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Shift your hips a little bit more forward as you untuck the left toes. Now, depending on your flexibility, maybe you hang here. Maybe you take that right knee and allow it to fall to the right, coming up into that razor side of the right foot. Breathe here. Slowly bring that right foot back onto the mat. Walk the foot back to center and frame the foot with your hands. Maybe you stay here or come into a half split. Shift the booty back towards the left heel as the right leg straightens. Fold over the right leg. Feels so good in that hamstring. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Shifting forward, come back into your tabletop. And then push back to downward facing dog. As we come into lizard on the other side, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and drop that right knee. Untuck the right foot. And then from here, maybe you walk that left foot to the long side of the mat. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you allow that knee to fall to the left, coming onto the razor side of the foot. And you'll notice that one side may be a little tighter than the other, normal. Just breathe. Slowly bring the sole of that foot back to the mat. Walk the foot back to center as you come into your half split. Frame the foot with the hands. On your exhale, shift the booty back towards the heel. Straighten the left leg. Fold over the leg, breathing into that hamstring. And shift forward, back into tabletop. And rise here onto the shins. So we come into a camel pose, stretching that lower back. Bring your hands onto the lower back. Gazing forward here, shoulders are melted down. On your next exhale, begin to hinge, gazing high. Relax the glutes. Lead with your heart on an inhale, rise. We're going to do this one more time. Option to bring your hands to the heels for camel pose. So on your next exhale, begin to push the heart forward, gazing high, lean back. Maybe one hand comes to a heel, maybe both. Breathing here. Lead with your heart on an inhale and come into a kneeling pose. Big toes touch, sit on the heels. Hands in the lap. Relax the shoulders, deepen the breath. Come to sit here, straightening the legs out in front of you as we come into Paschimottanasana, a seated forward fold. Your feet are going to be flexed. On your inhale, reach the hands high, and exhale, hinge forward, grabbing whatever is accessible, the shins, the ankles, or feet, and then allow your chin to come to your chest. Then I'll slowly rise here. Make sure you have enough room behind you as you come down onto the spine. Reach the hands forward. Bend into the knees. We're going to come into boat pose first. So from here in boat pose, we're going to slowly begin to hinge back. So lean back. Keep leaning back until you feel like you're about to fall, and you have to engage the core to hold yourself up. And then from here, your feet can stay docked on the floor, or maybe you lift the legs parallel to the earth. Rolling the shoulders back and down, fingers spread wide. Breathe here. Now maybe you pretend you have a beach ball right here in front of you. If you want to go a little further, maybe you crunch side to side, keeping the legs as still as you can. Just twisting from the rib cage. Breathe here. And then reach the hands forward. Slowly lower down into low boat. Legs are straight. Heels hovering above the earth. The shoulder blades are not touching the earth. Reach the hands forward. Gaze is forward to the feet. Breathing here. You can do this. Remember, you can do hard things. Yes, I feel the wobble too. We're wobbling together. Breathe. Few more rounds of breath. You can do this. And then slowly lower down. Reach the arms up and over. Full body stretch. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. And rock side to side. As you come into your spinal twist, arms to a T, drop the knees to the left. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. On your next inhale, coming back onto the spine. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Checking in with the body. Relax. And let go. On your next inhale, rising. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug as you set up here for your Savasana. Bringing your feet to the bottom corners of the mat, arms by the side, snuggling the shoulder blades under, checking in with your breath. And allowing yourself to rest in this comfortable pose. Keeping the awareness on the breath, on this moment. And allowing yourself to just melt deeper and deeper into the mat with each exhale. May you find peace in your body, mind, and spirit. Savasana. Before you drift into your Savasana, I will be leaving you here. Please continue with your Savasana for 2 to 3 more minutes. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Yoga with Alex. Until I see you again on your mat. Namaste.